What's going on, y'all? Good morning, man. Today we're gonna be talking about the two games from last night. Very, very fun. A lot of entertainment. 195 victory for the Lakers. I'm just talking about what it all means. Obviously, it's early. It's only 2 games in. KD balled out with 39 points, past Hakeem Olajuwon in the all-time scoring list. Definitely, I think he'll continue to move up. Still got plenty of years left. He looked really good out there last night. Tough cover. The Suns battled, man. I think that's the cool part about this. The Suns battle. They play tough. When they get their weapons back, I mean, I think they're going to be a dangerous team come playoff time. I mean, to be honest with you, no D-Book, no Bradley Beal, and they still looked pretty good. I think what's underrated about the Suns is that they got some really good depth pieces. The Josh Okogis, the Grayson Allens. Just players that can play, man, and that's built into their roles. Watanabe. Just players that know what they're doing and can really make an impact. Yusuf Nurkic, another one. So they did really good there, even despite having to give up some pieces and bring in new pieces in like Nurkic and Bradley Beal. I think they did really good bringing in depth pieces. I think that's what I saw from that one. Now, for the Lakers, I watched the end of the game. Nothing's wrong with, depending on LeBron, end of the game, let him take over. That's really what he did at the end. It was a one-on-one game. It was a 95-95 game. And LeBron just took over, man. I mean, he hit back-to-back buckets and really extended their lead and it really helped them go up 4 with 40-something seconds left. So we see he still got the little spring and bounce to his step. He chased somebody down and got a block as well. The thing is, I mean, this is a great stat line, 21, 9, and 8. They're just too dependent on LeBron, right? I think they need to – obviously, AD had a good game, 30 and 12. Like I said, everybody knows this. He just got to be more consistent. That's the thing with AD, right? AD, we know, can perform. When he is on his game, he is a top 7, top 10 player in the world, right? But the thing is, it's far too inconsistent. He'll have a 30 game and then have a 2-point game or 6-point game. Or he'll have a 40, 20, and 5, and he'll come back and have a 2 for 10 or 2 for 12 shooting night. So they got to put on that. And they got these pieces got to come together, right? D'Angelo Russell had a pretty decent game. He was making moves. That was good. He got to be more consistent. Austin Reeves is another one. He got to be more consistent. Rui Hachimura got to be consistent as well. These are pieces that Lakers re-signed. They need them to come in and step up and be those pieces they can lean on deep in games, late in games. So LeBron don't have to play all the minutes. The thing is with this whole situation, as I talked about in my last video, you don't want LeBron playing 35, 40, 45 minutes, right? Consistently every night. If you can win some games and put your foot down on most opponents, and it's not going to be tough. The Wild Wild West is tough this year. But if you can win most games and be ahead and you can kind of cruise to a lead or cruise to a win, and LeBron's playing 25, 30 minutes, you love that because then you're preserving them for when it matters most in the postseason. This is when you're going to need them. But that's what the Lakers got to figure out. Their pieces got to step up a little bit more. Obviously, just one game. But it was a pretty entertaining game. First time these two have played. Kevin Durant and LeBron played in 5 years. Both called each other's legends and all-time greats. So it's always fun watching them play. All right, now this game right here, I'm going to be honest. This one had the fireworks. We're going to talk about Damian Lillard and the Bucks in a second. But if you're Philly, you got to be thinking, okay, James Harden doesn't want to be here, right? I got a budding star, I think, on my hands in Tyrese Maxey. Now, the threat is Embiid still might axe out, right? Embiid still might say, you know what, I'm cool. I don't want to play for y'all no more. I want to go somewhere else, right? Knicks have been interested in several other teams. But Maxey is a budding star. I'm telling you. 31 points, 8 assists, 4 boards. He's a guy that can get his own shot. He can play make. He's not selfish. He's a young guy. You're going to be able to get a discount on him. I think he got maybe 2 more years before you have to pay him the big money. He's just a good piece, right? And he's a building block. And I think if you're Philly, at this point, just move on, right? You're not going to get an all-star level caliber player for James Harden, but what you can get is some really good depth pieces for your team. So you got to think, what team can we send him to, but also get some good pieces to fit around Maxey and fit around Embiid as well? Because, I mean, you still got Tobias Harris. We know what he's going to give you, a good 15, 20 a night. Some nights is inconsistent. But if you can get some good depth pieces to come in there, surround around the team, and help out Embiid and Maxey, you got to be feeling good going forward. And the good part about it, you won't have to rebuild, right? You don't have to go back to those dark days, right? The process, you don't have to go back to those days. You got a good enough of a team to just get a couple more, just 1 or 2 pieces away and just from contention. So that's what I saw from the Sixers. Embiid's going to always do his thing, but they need to get some depth pieces. Just move on from Hart in the toxic situation and get some pieces in there to help out. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all. Damian Lillard is that guy, right? And he put on a show. 39, 8, and 4. I mean, that play when Giannis, dived to the cup, pretty much got double team and then passed out and he hit the three. Like, that's what Dame is, and it makes them tough. Like, it's between them and Boston. I think we all know that as far as the East and who is probably going to be, right? Because it's like, usually it's like, okay, let's form a wall against Giannis. We don't mind fouling because he's probably not going to hit his free throws, or he's not like as an efficient player at the free throw line, right? But we know what he's going to give you. He's going to give you a good 25, 15, and 5, 25, 15, and 7 every game, sometimes even more, right? But the thing that makes them dangerous is most teams are going to either overplay Giannis or they're going to overplay Dame on the pick and roll or whatever offense they choose to run. And that's going to open up just other stuff for other players, right? The Brook Lopez's of the world, right? The Bobby Portises of the world, the Malik Beasleys of the world. That's going to open up open shots for them. So if they're rolling and 2 go on Dame, you got an open lane to the cup for Giannis. If they double Giannis and the defense overcommits, you got open shots for Beasley, Lopez, Bobby Portis, and crew. So they're going to be a dangerous team. The only part that worries me is just defensively, right? Giannis is going to have to take the challenge more often when they play these tough and these really good teams, right? And that might be playing the big. He's going to have to be versatile. We know he can, but some games he's going to have to guard the big late, right? Some games he's going to have to guard the wing or the perimeter player late, right? And Dame's going to do his best. Dame always buys in and always plays with full effort. But they're going to need Giannis to take that defensive challenge. Obviously, Middleton will help guard too, the perimeter player. But I'm telling y'all, it's going to be Giannis late in games that's going to have to guard one of the best players on the other side of the team if they're going to have a chance. Just defensively. Offensively, they're going to be able to score. It's just a two-headed monster. It's unstoppable. And then even when you get those two, still got Chris Middleton. I didn't even mention him, who can hit the jumper late in games. He's clutch. He was their late game scorer for years before Dame came. They just got so many weapons offensively. They're going to be tough to beat, man. But if you're a Bucks fan, man, you got to be feeling good. You re-sign Giannis to a 3-year, $186 million deal. You got to be feeling good, man. Good victory for them. Dame with a clutch shot late, as he always does. Love this move for him. He's going to be able to contend for a title this year.